Here's the last 24 hours in geopolitics. Israel carried out airstrikes in Rafah after accusing Hamas of violating the ceasefire, while Hamas denied involvement and said Israel was breaching the agreement. Doctors in Gaza reported at least 9 Palestinians left deceased in separate Israeli strikes on al-Zawaida and Nuseirat, as tensions rose amid fears of internal Palestinian conflict and uncertainty over the ceasefire's future. Pakistan and Afghanistan agreed to an immediate ceasefire after more than a week of border clashes, following talks in Doha mediated by Qatar and Turkey. Both sides pledged to end fighting and avoid targeting each other's forces, civilians, or infrastructure, after mutual accusations of airstrikes that left dozens deceased and marked the worst clash between the neighbors since 2021. Peru's government will declare a state of emergency in Lima after protests against newly appointed President José Herrera left 1 person deceased and over 100 injured. The demonstrations, sparked by anger over corruption and rising crime, saw clashes outside Congress. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky failed to secure Tomahawk cruise projectiles from the US after President Donald Trump said he was not ready to supply them, citing concerns over escalation. Trump instead urged Kyiv and Moscow to stop where they are, while Zelensky said he accepted the idea of halting along current front lines and would focus on talks, as Trump prepared for a forthcoming summit with Vladimir Putin in Hungary. Russian President Vladimir Putin told US President Donald Trump that Russia must gain full control of Donetsk Oblast as a condition for ending the war, according to the Washington Post. Putin reportedly offered to relinquish parts of the Zaporizhzhia and Kherson regions in exchange, marking a shift from his earlier demand for control over all 4 occupied regions. The US will transfer 2 survivors of a strike on a suspected illicit substance vessel in the Caribbean to Colombia and Ecuador instead of holding them in military detention, according to officials cited by Reuters. The move follows a US strike that eliminated the semi-submersible craft, leaving 2 crew members deceased, with President Trump saying it carried illicit substances and that the survivors would face prosecution in their home countries.